But the wind's coming directly from the south and that's where we want to be heading.
We're just out here trying to survive, you know.
Come on, love.
Keep moving and see what else this beautiful island has to offer.
Looks like we're about to head into a shipping lane and there's heaps of ships out over here.
We've left Kupang. We left in a little bit of a rush trying to get to Roti so we can go surfing. We had a bit of miscommunication yesterday with some of the locals. We're asking where's the market, fresh fruit and vegetables, so we can stock up and leave. Market's on at night time. Come down here. So we got down there at 7:30 at night and it's just dinner. So they're just cooking dinner on the street, you know, street foods. We thought, stuff it, we want to leave, so we've just left and we've just got some manky vegetables to last us until Tuesday. This huge bag of fruit. With I got maybe 10 to 15 mangoes, but other than that, not a whole lot going on, hey? We did the calculations last night and we've officially sailed 7,000 nautical miles. Woo!
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies. When do you be considered an experienced sailor? I still feel like we're just winging it.
7,000 miles is a long way. Pretty stoked, pretty proud of that achievement. Like if you put 7,000 miles horizontally across the globe, say from Australia, we would have sailed all the way across the Indian, halfway across the Atlantic. So that's like a third of the way around the world, I suppose, 7,000 miles. Really, it's a long way. It really makes you think how much smaller the world just became. You have aspirations and dreams and wanting to be able to sail all the way around the world. I know we do, but we just kind of take each sail at one step at a time, each day at a time, really, and before you know it, you've done 7,000 miles.
Hello. Look at him. You got a little friend there.
He's the biggest bedhog.
Yeah. Kick him over. Is he kicking you in the back?
No, he just snuggles you.
So cute. My outdoor shower.
Nandji's fine bathroom.
On Nandji we only have a small shower room and we don't have a water maker, so we just use salt water. Not too bad.
It's about 8 in the morning, day after we left Kupang. We're on our way down to Roti, but the wind's coming directly from the south and that's where we want to be heading. So we've been heading direct west on this port tack at the moment. But looking at the charts, it looks like we're about to head into a shipping lane. There's heaps of ships out over here. But Benita's in bed. It's her shift off. It's only like 7 in the morning, so she deserves a bit of an extra sleep. She had the graveyard shift. It's the hardest one, between 3 and 5 a.m. So let her sleep as long as we can. And Marley's come to join me now, so he might help in this rope pulling exercise. What do you reckon, mate? Come to help? Guess not. Look at these little swell lines. Woo! Probably can't see a thing.
Delicious. I feel like my haul of 10 to 15 mangoes wasn't enough. These are so delicious. Look at that.
This whole passage from Kupang down to Roti has been upwind, but that's not such a bad thing, you know, it's only light conditions, but what's killing us is this current. We've got this solid current running from south to north, so it's opposing the way we want to go. Probably a good 2 knots out here in the open ocean, so it just, our tacks are at like 45 degrees, we just can't get like a 90-degree tack in Yeah, and this light conditions, you know, the wind just isn't pulling us up into it, so we're just getting hammered. You know, like our tack there, we're basically coming straight back the way we came in. Wind should pick up now, it's getting later in the morning. Usually about 10 o'clock we have at least 10, 15 knots, so hopefully that comes up and we can get some power up on the bow there and pull us into it. It's the joys of having no motor, I guess. You just take it as it comes. With the wind increasing as predicted, Nandji's sails filled and pulled us up into the current, finally making ground towards our destination. Hoisting full sail, we rounded the southwest headland of Roti and made our final approach into Nambrala in the late afternoon sun. Marley was excited to reach land after 2 nights at sea, and upon arrival he was greeted and introduced to a strange new animal.
No, you're all wet. You keep going. Marley. Marley.
I am trying to remember how I came.
Marley, Marley.
I know the affirmation brought their promises of.
We got up early, the market's only open on Tuesdays, so we need to stock up because we won't see anything for a couple of weeks.
We're just out here trying to survive, you know? Got eggs?
Got eggs.
Excellent.
Excellent.
You get one. I think this will last us for a little while. Keep us healthy and kicking.
That'll do, eh?
That'll do. Let's get out of here. It's crazy. Very nice market here. You can get anything from like donuts to rice to fruit and veg. So
Heaps of stuff here, eh?
yeah, heaps of
bigger
stuff.
than I thought.
yeah. I think we've seen every kind of animal on our walk up here. Everyone's just kicking around, having a good time, you know? Free range farm. We got a goat on this side, a cow. Hello! And then we've got a pig over here. We get some roosters. Hello. After a successful morning at market, we wanted to explore the island by the main source of Indonesian transport, scooter. I've never ridden a scooter, so a few lessons were in order.
Won't start without the brake. Just relax, nice and steady. What do you think?
How do people do this?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be good.
So it turns out I'm not that good at the scooter. I'm a danger to society, so Yosh is going to be driving us around today. I'm not giving up though. I'm going to get on a scooter by myself.
Come on, love. The small beach village of Nambrala is a popular surf destination for many during the easterly trade season. With the weather and wind changing, we wanted to find other little hidden beaches and waves tucked away from the relentless southwest wind that had started blowing. Riding on our scooter through the coconut plantations, past the animals, other villages, down some rough roads and nearly getting bogged, it was all worth the effort.
Oh my god! I want to spell across the back. Oh, there's a sand! Go, so we've been scootering for about 20 minutes and we popped out here. Feels so good to get the helmet off. These things are so hot. But you gotta wear them, you know, you gotta wear these guys.
Safety, Steve.
Look at this place, isn't that amazing?
Woo!
Look at the colour of the water.
What's that boat out there? Tell us about that boat.
That's a trimaran, and it's from Australia. We saw it in Ely Beach when we first started sailing.
There you go.
The kids must have found his tender. They were playing in it before jumping around. It's amazing what happens to your tender when you're not watching, eh?
Yeah, so true.
You find like all little handprints and stuff everywhere. We found once a dad and a mum and a kid in there getting their photo taken in our tender. Which is pretty classic. we've had enough swimming in the shallows. Let's keep moving and see what else this beautiful island has to offer.
We got round 2. We've got a nice big straight bit of road. Nice and smoothish of concrete. Bonita's kitting up with her riding boots on. We're going to test her out on her scooter skills. She's never ridden a scooter, just today. And we all seen how that turned out. So she needs some practice. So we're going to have a little practice run here. Quick check of the bangs.
I'm ready. Oh yeah, Yosh, I see you at the yacht, eh?
She's maxing it. You think you'll be okay with me on the back?
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I don't know whether I'm being brave or being silly, but I'm going to let her drive and I'm going to sit on the back.
Jump on. I've done it, I've ridden my scooter, I got my little scooter fix. I think I could be pretty good.
Next step, Harley?
Oh yeah.
It's been blowing westerlies and southwests for days. It's all onshore and it's hard to sail out of here with that, so we've been on the hunt around for looking for waves, and this is a wave that's kind of tucked around the corner a bit. It can handle this westerly a bit, so we saw it yesterday and had to come back today. It's still high tide, but it looks like fun. It's only going to get better. Not going to lie, I'm pretty excited. It's not the best conditions, but it's still a bit of size. It looks sick. Got big day out 05. That tells my age. Yahoo! After not surfing for such a long time, it was great to get my little fix in the onshore conditions. Turning the scooter into a 4-wheel drive mode, it was back to the town of Nambrala for a rest before heading back to sea. We had over 1,600 nautical miles to sail to reach the island of Langkawi in Malaysia, where we plan to install a new motor. With no time to waste, we have to keep moving west before the seasons change. We left the island of Roti around lunchtime today, and we've been just close reaching out to sea here. We're off to this little island called Pulau Dana. We kind of spotted it. It's in the middle of the ocean off of Google Maps, so like it's way out in the middle of nowhere, 50 miles closest to the next island. So we're doing an overnight passage there now. Pretty excited to go to this place. It's like there's no one lives there. There's meant to be a couple of waves. It picks up all the swell, and we got like a nice glassy day forecast in the next tomorrow or the day after. I think both days. So yeah, I think we're going to rock up to something pretty amazing. The search is real, my friends.
I make my way down through this weary bay, grasp for a while, the storm is passing by.
It's just been another stunning sunset at sea. Love sunsets at sea. Got a nice 13 knots, we're just still reaching upwind. Sea's calmed down a little bit, the wind's dropped off a little bit too, so I reckon we're going to have a beautiful night because we've got a big old full moon as well. Beautiful sunset and then a big old full moon. I'm really looking forward to sailing tonight, it's going to be fun. Can't see land. Love it.
I rest my feet and blame our stubborn need.
I have to be be really careful tonight. We're near a shipping lane and there's lots of ships around. There's one out on port side, there's one behind me, and there's one on starboard side as well. So busy. It's doing 15.5 knots. That's 2 nautical miles. It's 2 nautical miles. That'll take us an hour to get there. Yeah, well, we should be sweet.
So it's our second day at sea on our way to Pulau Dana, but about 2 o'clock in the morning last night, the wind went real southwest, and that's the way we wanted to go, so we've been pushed a lot further north. So we don't really have time to be trying to bash into this weather to try to get the extra 30 miles south, which means we wouldn't get there till tomorrow, really, by the time we tack down and tack back. So unfortunately, gonna have to change plans, I think, and we'll go to this anchorage on Savu, which is an island north of where we wanted to go. We're hugging the coastline of that at the moment, trying to stay upwind of it. But yeah, a bit disappointed, but we just don't have time. We've got to keep moving. So we've got 4 weeks to get to Malaysia, basically. That's racing against the weather, so we really need to minimise our stop-offs, and we can't waste time trying to bash down into this weather. It's part of sailing, you know, you just got to go where the wind blows you.
Just ran out of wind.
Well, the wind's just dropped out. We're right on the headland here. Fair bit of current. We're bobbing around in all which ways.
Can we turn the motor on?
Sails flapping. Yeah, I think we're going to have to, This is pretty rowdy. I'm glad our boat isn't any smaller. This is hectic. Go, Nandji! Look at it!
It's like a washing machine.
Oh, man. Look at it! This is rowdy as, but at least the current's going with us, so we're not actually stuck. We're doing 6 knots, so we are getting through it, I think. It's blowing nearly 20 knots, and we've come into this reef pass to have a little sniff, but it's just pointless. We're hanging lead ashore. And our motor's so broken we can't even motor against it. So we'll just do a bit of a lap here, see if we can't poke out, or else we're gonna have to drop anchor and just deal with it. That was a real reality check just then, like our motor is stuffed. Somehow we've been able to just sneak around and do what we've been doing, but that was actually very, very sketchy, very scary. Not being able to motor against 20 knots, it's nothing even strong. The seas aren't massive, there's no current pumping in here. It's literally just we couldn't motor against 20 knots of wind. We can't sail out of here because it's too tight. You can't upwind sail in a width of 150 metres. So we're literally stuck here on the anchor until we can motor out with a nice calm morning. Hopefully there's no wind in the morning. Man.
Got up nice and early this morning, just as the wind, before the wind got up, it just started getting up now. But we're able to get out of this little mess that we've got ourselves into.
Go, Nandji!
Go, Nandji! There's lots of strong currents that go between all of these islands, and so we're going to have to really be careful with what we choose on where to go, because there's absolutely no way that we can motor against it.
Coming up next week on Sailing Nandji,
the land of dragons! Woohoo! Our dragon hunting pack is ready.
You're eyeing me off!
Make sure you get that right measurement, because that line isn't very clear.